Welcome to Home Team Advantage. This is Mike Egan. I'm Gary Giambetti, and we have some big stories to tell today. Hopefully, we do it justice.
I'm
By t-
glad you remind me who I am.
that's right. That's the main thing right there. But we had two. We'll start with cross country. The girls, unfortunately, did not win their fifth straight section title, and
Nope.
they did not finish in the top two, but they were third. And not by that many, actually not by that many points. I
No.
mean, considering what the two teams that were above them, with Hermantown winning it and Chisago Lakes placing second.
In
And
Hermantown, they have one girl come to the meet and she's got a boot on her foot. She's got a stress fracture and she gets out and runs.
did she actually run?
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't look
She's
like
a
she was.
hockey player too or something.
Well, that's one of the Lucarelli girls
Oh.
who was, I believe it's a Lucarelli who was related to the Wallies
Oh.
in town here. So they had, too bad they don't run here,
Yeah.
but that's all right.
Anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's all right. I didn't realize that she had ran because it didn't look like she was in any shape to run with the crutches that she was on. But yeah, Hermantown was expected to win it because they had been so strong all year with the two Lucarelli girls and the Lalone girl, Lalone, I think maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But that was it for them. And then their other two finishers were high enough, obviously.
Yep.
Then Chisago Lakes had the
Top runner.
top runner who was probably if you watched the race yesterday, you're probably going to see the runner who's going to win the state Class A.
Boy,
meet.
she is something else.
Oof.
I mean, she came in at 17 something. I'm going, whoa.
Yeah,
3 minutes ahead of everybody else.
and then Hibbings girls are no Avery Kukowski. Congratulations to her. She was under 20 minutes, I believe, and then Bryn Babbage in her first year at cross country was one of the top runners to advance individually. So in her first year at cross country,
Yep.
and actually only her first half year of cross country.
Yeah, she played soccer.
Yeah, she was a soccer player, and she decided to try to run. So, congratulations to those two.
Yep.
And the other girls didn't do that bad. I mean,
No.
you had your Ava, Egan, and Vidmar. Were the
David
second.
missed it by one.
Yeah, they were third and fourth, and then who was the other one though?
Bailey did pretty well.
Bailey was the fifth runner.
Yep.
She did well, and then Farnsworth gutted it out
Yep.
because she was hurt too.
Yep.
And I don't know what her situation was, but she did a fine job. And then Morgan Schnortz was the seventh runner coming across the finish line. So I know it. I don't know how much it stings. I can't tell you. But you know what? 4 years in a row winning and going to state is a great accomplishment.
Yep.
And all these girls, other than Bryn,
Are coming back.
are coming back next year. So, you again put the effort in during the off season, and
Yeah.
but
Well, you got Ava. Ava's an eighth grader, and I think Bailey's a ninth grader,
yeah,
and the rest of the girls I think are juniors and will be seniors next year. So yeah,
well, yeah, Avery will be a senior next year, but she took over and did a fantastic job. I asked her last night. She didn't have Tara Hertling or Melina Sullivan there, and she took over the leadership role and did a fantastic job with it. And to place third was great to see. And it's so congratulations to them and good luck at state.
I'm just going to say that girl that won the race, she came in. Everybody's looking around like, is she still part of the running? Was she like one of the last place ones running? No, she's the first place
one.
one. Everybody else was way back by the ninth of the tee off.
Yeah, she took off and she never looked back.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Annika Hall, I believe is her name. So congratulations to her for.
She'll be around for a while too.
Yeah, I'm not sure how old she's got to be at least a sophomore, maybe a junior. But yeah, no, she'll dominate Section 7 if she's still back next year and a year before, and the next year after that.
And the boys, first time in 24 years.
2000 was the last time they went to state. Now they did not win the section because Cloquet won the section, but the top two teams advanced, and I was watching them by the finish line, and they had, of course, they had one of them had their phone. Well, somebody not on the team had their phone out, and they were watching the live feed coming
Okay.
in, and once Sam, I think, crossed the finish line, they kind of knew that they were in, and they were going nuts after that point. So
That's good.
it was a great accomplishment for them. I know Brady Janicic has been frustrated the last 2 years with the way he's run in there, and he and Jake Wally and Charlie Janicic, they pulled that team through, and then they had Jaden Touchstone and then Sam Baumgartner were the fourth and fifth runners. But they at the beginning it didn't look good at the beginning of the race for them because they were way back. And I asked them.
That's all strategy.
Well, no, that's what they said. They said we were not going to start fast because we knew that in that last mile they needed to really push it, and they've had the issue of starting too fast at times, and then
at the end,
burning out. So they did it right, and again they weren't even close to the top 10. I don't think at the beginning, but I think they did get. I think Brady was like 7th or something, and Charlie and Jake were right behind him, or in there, and then obviously. Well, Sam was the key runner because once he got across, that was
it. That was the line. Yep.
So, it was fun. It was fun to watch. The emotions that came out after that race were amazing to see. I mean, there was tears everywhere, and
Yep.
thank God, tears of joy and not tears of sorrow.
And on the other side, they had tears of sorrow with the girls.
Yeah,
So,
I was not up at the finish line to see what happened there, but again, don't hang your heads.
Nope.
Don't think you didn't have a good year. You had a good year. It didn't work out this year, and Hermantown had more than enough, and Chisago Lakes, obviously, when you get the top runner in the section, I mean that helps to place first in that sport.
Boys football.
Well, I don't know what chances anybody gave him going to Two Harbors, but
I don't slim and none. I think were the two they had, and I didn't see the game, but from what I was told, they kind of put the game. That was their first complete game where everything was gelling and working for them, both offense and in defense, even after losing their starting quarterback. So
yeah, and they lost Landon, I think, on the first series.
First play, was it not? Or second play, I think.
Series.
Yeah, first series.
First series at some point. So Dylan Vessel had to come in and play quarterback for them, and I didn't see the game, but talking to Matt after on the phone, they gave up 2 early touchdowns. So they're already trailing 12-0. And for somebody told me that Two Harbors had one of the better kickers in the area. And I think if I remember right, when he was here, he was pretty good. But I don't know what was wrong with him in that game because obviously they did not make an extra point.
Right.
So they must have gone for 2 twice maybe and didn't make it. But after that, something that usually never happens for Hibbing happened. They got some big plays.
Yep.
I think Connor Heaton had the first touchdown from 52 yards out, and that's something you hadn't seen all years.
No.
I mean, we've had some big passing plays over the year, but the running plays have not been few. The big running plays have been few and far between. And Connor broke one for 52 yards, and then Miko Bolbin I know Ron said Max was dragging somebody for like 60 yards or something on
30
a pass
on
play.
a 60-yard pass play, dragged them 35.
35 yards.
Yeah.
But Miko was dragging a guy 25 yards. He got tackled right at the goal line, and of course, so that was a 25-yard touchdown run. And then Evan Abadi made one of the 2 extra points, and that put them over the top, which was their first
Playoff win in 22 years.
All right. So yeah, I'm not sure what year that. Well, you said Jesse Vessel might have been playing that year when they won a playoff game, And that goes to show any doubters of the Hibbing High School football program, and I'm sure there are plenty of them. That shows you that this program might be taking a turn.
Well, that's a comment I made the other day. I was talking to somebody that this is the first team in years that doesn't give up. I mean, they may be down, 30 points or 20 points, whatever it is, but they keep playing hard. Where in the past, some of the teams have, what do they call it, folded?
Well, I know it's hard to say. It's real for me to say that about high school kids. I don't like doing that, but you could be close to, because they would. I think they would hang their heads
Okay,
after
I
getting
won't-
behind.
I won't say folded. They came very discouraged.
Well,
How's
yeah,
that?
that'd probably be the right word
Right.
to describe it, because I don't want to think that players would quit or get
Oh,
discouraged.
they do in the NBA.
Well, that's true, but they're getting paid millions of dollars. They can do that if they
They're
want.
making $26 million a year, but hey, I want that $10,000 pay that you get for cheating at cards.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing.
Anyways, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe we'll get there. But yeah, it's a great. I'm sure for them it was a great feeling. And I'm sure there were tears of joy after that game. I'm assuming there were, because it's an emotional moment when you can actually win that first playoff game.
And on the opposite team's home field.
Yes.
So, and they were, I mean, they got beat by what, 30 some points during the season by the same team?
I think so. Yeah.
So,
But again, like Matt's always told me, and I don't really like printing this either, but when your program's losing by big margins, the next step is to lose by smaller margins.
Oh.
And we've talked about that, I think, on the show
Yep.
before. Then once you start losing by smaller margins, then the next step is winning by smaller margins. And then the next step after that is winning by bigger margins. And they've won games they've lost games by smaller margins. Now, like the Duluth East game was 28-0, but that score is not indicative of the way Hibbing played that day. They just couldn't get the ball in the end zone because they had opportunities to do that. Now this time, and again, big plays become a part of that, because if you break a run for a 60-yard run for a touchdown, it makes it a lot easier than having to go 9 or 10 plays and scoring a touchdown. But when you're a winning program, you can go that in 10 or 11 plays and get a touchdown.
how do you
So-
think Two Harbors feels that they're probably,
Well,
I'm sure they were favored.
I'm sure they were favored, but
Maybe they were thinking ahead of who they were
Well,
going to play next.
well, no, they knew Pequot was coming up,
Yeah.
so maybe no, I'm not going to say that about that, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't even imagine how they felt after that game. They had a chance.
Yeah.
Hibbing had to punt the ball away with less than a minute and a half to go, and they were clocking it and taking it down, and then Hibbing went under a minute to go. Hibbing went prevent, and I believe it was Drew Colden had an interception to seal the game.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what that celebration must have been like after he intercepted that ball. Two Harbor's not a passing team. They don't pass
No.
much. They have a nice running attack. They have a great program, and they have the tightest splits I think ever in their offensive line, and everything is tight. So you got to watch your keys when you're playing them.
Yep.
And you can't, like Matt said, you can't look in the backfield. If you look in the backfield,
You're lost.
yes. And you have to read your keys on your linemen and where they're going, and that's where you know where the play is going. And they put a full game together, 48 minutes.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, both offense and defense, which is, like I said, that's hopefully they can continue to do that and make a game of it when they go up or over to where are they going?
they're
Peacock?
going to Pequot
Pequot
Lakes, which is the team they're ranked, I think, second in the state in Class 3A.
They're 8-0.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a challenge again. But, you're coming off a win, so all you got to do is,
Just continue doing what you were doing in the last game.
yeah, execute. Execute your offense, read your keys on defense. It's not like they can't, because if they had that's such a good, other than those first two drives, I guess, they obviously tightened up on D, read their keys, and
Any report on the quarterback, if he's going to be able to play, or
that I
how
don't
bad
know
he
yet.
was
I
hurt?
haven't talked to him yet,
Okay.
so I don't know. I will. He'll call me today at some point. Maybe he'll call during the show. We can put him on.
Sure. Jim, come on.
Yeah. Well, he's working at the Greenhaven now.
Yeah.
So good for him. I'm glad he got back on at the school district.
All right. Swimming
Swimming has a Lake Superior conference meet coming up Saturday.
tomorrow.
Yep. And
Kind of got screwed, doesn't it? Up on that. No, we're not doing it on Thursday. It's Friday today.
it's a Friday show today.
It was even late.
So I'll talk to Vince about that today. They had a decent true team meet. They were second behind Rapids, so we'll see how this LSC meet goes. And so they're getting prepped for sections in about 2 weeks.
Right. And then state right after that.
And now state, of course, I think is next week for cross country. I believe.
Is that held at the U again? Or is that?
Yeah, at the Les Bolstead Golf Course. I think it's November 1st. So
They might have to change it for the Hibbing cross country teams, because from my understanding, they don't like the flat Muni golf course. They prefer to have a few hills here and there.
yeah, evidently. No, they run pretty well. Good for them. I'm so happy for them. And
And hats out to the coach, please, and Serena and the rest of the coaching staff that they do. I mean, it's consistently competitive teams, and they do put on a nice tournament. It's not really called a tournament.
well,
it's
no, they
called
put a
meet.
meet. Yeah, put on a nice meet.
So
And Please was named Coach of the Year yesterday, and Serena was named Assistant Coach of the Year.
wow,
So they get their kudos when they put together the kind of teams they put together.
and they got to be excited. I mean, as a coach, you're looking forward to the young kids that kind of showed up this year, and the next couple of years, hopefully, he can continue on with the success.
Yeah.
But all their schools got the same
Well,
situation too.
Yeah.
A lot of young girls running in that meet yesterday. So
and Babbage won't be back because she's a senior, and
Yep.
Jake Wally won't be back. So somebody's going to have to fill his
Step
shoes
up,
and
yep.
her shoes. So we'll see if they work. Again, it's all about work.
Yep.
You can run. My thought of the pattern is probably too simplistic, is you can run 5K. That's not the issue. The issue is speed.
yeah.
So, the faster you are, the better you're going to place.
But
So,
a lot of it
well, it's all mental.
up here.
Yep.
But basketball's starting.
Yeah.
My granddaughter's very happy about that.
Now she can put away the shoes and pick up the
Yeah.
basketball. And
That's why I was kidding her a little bit about that too. I said, pretty colorful shoes you got. Can you wear those in basketball too? Like the NBA players?
yeah. So yeah, girls hockey. I mentioned last week. I think starts the last week of October, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So.
And don't they usually go to St. Paul or right away at the beginning of the year, playing some tournament down there, or is that Christmas time?
No, that's at New Year's.
Oh, no.
That's that week, the 3 or 4 days before
Okay.
New Year's. They go to the Kaposia.
Kaposia.
So now we have no college sports up here to talk about.
That's a tragedy.
I know, unfortunate.
Well,
Pros,
You want to go pro?
yeah.
Well, real quick though, we got wrestling starting, hockey, boys and girls, basketball, boys and girls.
Skiing,
Skiing.
boys and
I
girls.
see they hired a coach at our meeting Wednesday.
Oh,
Um,
wrestling, boys and girls,
boys and girls, and
and swimming, boys.
boys. Yeah, so there is a lot going on this winter. So
It will be a busy winter again. All
okay,
right, Minnesota Vikings.
who?
Yeah, who?
Who?
Well, fortunately, they were on Prime last night, and I don't get Prime, so I didn't have to watch that massacre.
I turned it off. I actually turned the game
Yeah.
off. It was so disgusting to watch. It was, and then I listened to the post game deal afterwards, and they had Chad Greenway on, And here come the excuses. Oh, they got three different offensive linemen, and the communications not. They're pro athletes, pro football players. You mean to tell me that they don't talk to one another? Well, it's a different. When you can play next to a guy for so many years, yeah, and I understand that, but still, these are guys, and I put the blame on the loss, not only to the poor play, but to the coaches.
You
Their defensive coach had no way to, had nothing to stop their running game, and our head coach should have put, in my opinion, should have had Wentz out at halftime. But
No, that was the prevailing talk on fan line last night. But these rubes that call in the fan line, I mean, you don't know anything. But you probably were right about Brosmer playing in the second half over Wentz.
well, after the game, they had the coach on, and we were thinking about putting him in, but then Wentz kept telling me he was okay. You're a coach, you can tell that the guy wasn't doing. He couldn't even lift his arm. Well, and then we don't want to put this kid in there and have him, get chased around, and it's like feeding the wolves and all. Like, how else are they going to learn? I just don't. Again, if you can't trust the kid to be your quarterback in a situation, then he shouldn't be playing on the team.
Yeah.
That's why you kept him. That's why you pay him.
And then when he did get in, it was the last 2 minutes?
Right.
And they kind of just reined him in to let the clock run out. And
Yeah.
he threw some incompletions, completions to move the Vikings down, but they didn't let him. They didn't let him try to get a touchdown or anything.
And how frustrating is our receiving core getting right now?
Oh, I can't even imagine what Jefferson is thinking.
Oh, I think he's thinking he was with a different team.
But the whole all comes down to depth, and if you don't have the right depth, you should be able to put anybody in an offensive line in any position, and they should be able to do their job.
But they paid all this money for these offensive linemen and these defensive linemen, and none of them are showing up. Terrasol, he needs to go back on the IR. I mean,
he pulled
terrible.
himself out
Yeah.
after the first drive. And again, we don't know. Maybe he had a setback. Maybe the knee was flaring up.
According to the coach, it was the other knee.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, and you got to remember, that was the field he got hurt on last year.
Yeah.
So,
But if you're an offense or defensive lineman like the Gophers, every one of their linemen wears that protective knee brace. Put one on.
yeah. Well,
Oh, I can't move as well. You can't move anyways. You're 350 pounds. What do you think you're gonna move like a 120-pound lineman? So
you're there to
block.
hold your ground
Yep.
and not let and I get it. There's those defensive linemen are good, but
And also in the post game, they're saying, "Well, it would have made a difference if Van Dinkel were playing." How can one guy's not going to make a difference?
I was going to bring him up, and I mean he has to get back into the
Yep.
lineup somehow, and the defensive backs can't cover anybody.
Oh, who's that? 44 Hayes.
And then that might be Metellus.
Metellus Hayes. Oh.
What
He can't cover a tight end.
and that's all we heard in spring when they're in the training camp was how great the defense was going to be.
Yep.
Almost like the 85 Bears.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if they're going to be that good, but
Yeah.
they were talking about it eating up our offense. Well, I can see why they ate up our offense because there's nothing there.
I predict that the Minnesota Vikings will be 3-6 by the time they get done with Detroit and Chicago.
Well, they have.
They may not win another game.
No, they could end up 3-14.
Yep.
Because they have Detroit next. Then I think they have Baltimore, and Baltimore will be healthy at that point.
Yep. And they got 2 games at home, which might help a little bit.
Well,
Chicago and Baltimore.
Yeah, then it's
at home.
Chicago after Baltimore.
Yeah.
But they still have Green Bay twice.
Yep.
I don't know how good the Packers are, but they're probably better than us.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, Timberwolves won the other night
Won the other night.
against the worst team in the league by 2 points.
One of the worst. Yeah. It's And their coach was roaming the sidelines, and little did he know he was about to be arrested by the FBI. I watched the first
They had that guy
quarter.
in the front row with the handcuffs going.
I actually recorded the game and watched it just to think about what he was. I wonder if he knew that was coming, or he was just clueless the whole night.
I don't know. Towards the end of the game, they were laughing it up and shaking hands. Even before the game was over with Anthony.
Yeah.
So
I was like, I know it, and I was thinking because Damon Lillard's on Portland again.
Yeah.
But he's hurt now, so he won't be able to play for a while. But I wonder if he ever thought about, boy, maybe the Wolves would be a good place to go.
Yeah.
Do they ever think that?
I'm sure they do. Either that or they're figuring out who's got aces high or a full house.
Well, yeah. And that's way off track. I get it. I should have
Yes.
never said that. But
No, that's okay. It's a big story.
But I watching that second half. I wondered how the heck they won the game.
Yeah.
Because they're still committing way too many turnovers.
And they run no offensive set plays. Come down the floor, throw up the three, come down the floor, go one-on-one. I mean, yeah, granted, he had, 40 points?
Yeah, 41.
41, so.
For a new record for a Timberwolves in an opening game.
Yeah. And no manager for the Twins yet.
No manager. The Wild
And
are.
the Wild stink, too.
Yeah, they stink right now, but, it's early.
Yeah.
We'll cut them some slack. Go see if they get Zuccarello and Sturm back. How they do, but Sturm won't be back till the beginning of the year probably.
Yeah.
So.
They still need that enforcer. They just don't have that guy.
Oh, they're getting beat up.
Yep.
By these teams.
So.
Well, we have come to an end of another show.
Oh, look at that. We've got 10 seconds to go.
For Mike Egan, I'm Gary Gimbetti. We'll see you again on Home Team Advantage.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support. Up North Lettering specializes in embroidery and heat vinyl press applications, along with patches and letter jackets. For more information, call them at 218-966-7850. HPAT would like to thank them for their donation and support.